All right, by my watch, I got 10:02, and it looks like we got about 37 folks on the call this morning. Good morning. This is Phil. Welcome to our, I'm afraid this is a quarterly meeting. Why does it say monthly? Well, it's our quarterly meeting. Um, Normally, these are scheduled for a little longer time. But I only got 18 slides here, so I wish I could be saying that we're going to be here for a long time, but we're not. So that's good. Everybody gets time back to their day, and I know a lot of folks have been taking meetings this morning. This is our agenda. We got the pretty much the traditional agenda, but our focus area this month is a vote on the plans that we do have and whatever feedback that we've received regarding those plans and our governance documents. So we'll, as formal as we get around these parts with the coalition. We will just take a vote on that today. And then we'll go through our traditional agenda, give some time, some upcoming events, because there are a lot of upcoming events. Open the floor for everyone. And then I do have just an announcement at the end if some of you folks, lovely folks, wouldn't mind staying on for. So I appreciate it. All right, we're going to start everything off like we do each month with a roll call. We'll start with our hospitals. We'll start with Anderson Hospital.
Good morning, Phil. Eric Brandmeyer is here representing Anderson Hospital and Community Hospital Staunton.
Thank you, Eric. Over to Alt Memorial.
Good morning, Phil. Aaron and Alton.
Good morning, Aaron. Then let's move over to Boyd. Once, twice, thrice. No one from Boyd. How about Carlinville Area Hospital?
Tyler's here from Carlinville.
Thank you, Tyler. Down to Fayette.
Good morning, this is Tina.
Good morning, Tina. To our HSHS friends, we'll start with Holy Family.
This is Joe. I'm from System. I can speak on their behalf if necessary.
I appreciate that. How about St. East?
Same for all the HSHS unless someone speaks up otherwise.
Hey, Phil, you bypassed Gateway.
I sure did, Rick. I apologize, brother. But thank
That's
you for
okay, my
speaking up.
friend. No worries. It's been
Thank
a
you for
little
speaking.
bit.
I know, brother. Good to hear your voice. How about saying, man? My eyes are a little sideways this morning. So shout out to Gateway. All right.
you.
I'm sorry. Who was that?
It's Sam from Gateway.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much. How about anyone from Breeze?
Stacy's here from Breeze.
Thank you so much, Stacy. And Highland. Once, twice, thrice. Okay. Over to Jersey Community Hospital.
Julie's here from Jersey.
Thank you, Julie. And from Memorial Hospital Belleville, you got myself, Lee French, Sean Eisenhower, Mike Gilbert. And I don't know if Scott's on this morning. I can't see all the members. Scott, are you on by chance? Nope. All right. We'll go down to Memorial Hospital, Chester.
Hi, this is Georgia.
Good morning, Georgia.
Morning.
Over to our good folks at OSF St. Anthony's.
Hey, it's Tracy. I'm here.
Good morning, Tracy. How about Redbud? I see that, Tara. Just put that in the chat. Thank you so much. And Sparta?
Dale and Dale is too.
Okay, Dan and Dale. Got it. Our rescue rangers out here. All right. How about Touche?
Hi, Jade here for Touche.
Oh, listen to that. We got to get another pizza outing. Is by chance Ryan Pirtle on with you by chance? Floating
He is
around
not.
Okay, in the background. Okay.
No.
All right. If anybody was missed from the hospitals, his chance to shout out. Anyone? Hearing none, we'll go over to our health departments. Bond County.
Wendy here with Bond County.
Good morning, Wendy. Let's move over to Calhoun County.
Megan's here.
Gotcha, Megan. Clinton County.
Morning, Phil. It's Brett.
Oh, good morning. Thanks, Brett. Let's move over to Eastside Health District. How about Fayette County? Greene County.
Green is here. It's Molly.
Hi, Molly. Good morning. Jersey.
Heidi's here with Jersey.
All right, Heidi in Jersey. We get a cup of coffee. I used to be I'm a recovering Jersey resident, so Macoupin County.
Morning, Phil. Derek here.
Thank you, Derek. Madison County.
Michelle and Jacob are here.
Awesome, Michelle and Jacob. Cool. Let's go down to Monroe.
Vicky here.
Good morning, Vicky in Randolph County. And St. Clair County. Chances we got any replacements yet? Nope. Okay.
Miley couldn't make the call, Phil.
Cool. Thanks. We'll move on down to our emergency response coordinator, Beth. Is Beth on this morning? Beth on vacay. Okay. How about my BJC partners? Okay. Over to any EMAs that may be on this morning. No Sam today. From MedStar, I know we got Chuck Kelly on. How about John Nowak or anyone else?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, you have John Nowak.
Good morning, John. Thank you. Thank you. How about Abbott? Anyone from Abbott on this morning?
Hi, Phil. It's Leslie from Abbott.
Good morning, Leslie. Thank you so much. SLU. How about SLU?
Hi, good morning, Phil's Helen.
Good morning, Helen. Over to my peeps over at Scott Air Force Base. Tim, anyone? Bueller? Nope. Okay. And how about our folks from STARS and the St. Louis Regional Healthcare Coalition?
Good morning. It's Rachel from both STARS and the HCC.
Cool. Awesome. If anybody joins or joined and didn't get a chance to shout out, just throw your information in chat. We'll make sure that you are accounted for. As far as open tasks, it's great. We have none, which is always good. So, as about as formal as we get normally around these parts, we'll kind of, annually we kind of sign off on our plans that we have out there, for the last, you have all year if you have any issues with the plans to bring them up, and we will try to incorporate them and talk about them during our coalition meetings so folks know where that information is, where they can find it, and how that impacts us as a coalition. So we've had a couple months where we've had 60 days where we leave the plans out. And as far as information that we've received back, has not been a ton. Some administrative instances, some things we found out on our own, but nobody had requested changes to any of the governance documentation that we have. Again, we don't have true bylaws as we are not we're not a true organization. We're an organization in the sense that we are a coalition and we work together, all that, but yeah, we don't have a tax ID, all of that type of stuff. And, so we don't have true bylaws. So, but we've received no updates or requests for updates for those. Basic notable updates throughout the plans and annexes that we have out there, starting with the primary EOP through our ChemPAC annex, the pediatric annex, the chemical response annex, radiation annex. All of those annexes haven't received anything. One of the things that we have a lot of, I won't say a lot, but we have some fairly substantial administrative fixes throughout all the documents that will be posted. Note that probably has flown over our heads since we put this on the front page of our EOP, which was the RHCC phone number to contact. So several years ago when we first put the plan out, we did have on here like the hospital number to contact, but we got a dedicated line for the RHCC. So if you needed to get in touch with the RHCC, you didn't know how, you could dial 767 RHCC. Well, I put those numbers beside RHCC, and it was you can't see it, they're all X'd out in that little graphic, but it was, I think it was 4673 or something like that. And that spelled out hope. So I do have a phone number that you see in my emails. It's 257 HOPE that rings here in the office. But the RHCC number rings here in the office as well. But during after hours, it's forwarded to our operators, you know, so that's their 24/7. About to say 25/7. That's what it feels like because they're always here. But and rings to the operator, and they would get whoever was on call if needed. So that's literally been on the plan maybe the last 5 years, and we never put two and two together. We've mixed up the two phone numbers on that. So that's changed. And just basic administrative changes throughout. There have been no major changes to the HVA ranges there. Granted, we have not received, I will tell you now, we have not received all of everyone's HVA. So I'm going to make we'll talk about that here in a second. But we'll talk about it now. We've received, I think it was 9, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we received 9 HVAs out of the 19. Well, and I won't say 9, it's actually 11 because I'll count Belleville and Shiloh. So we still have 8 that are outstanding. So we'll send you a note for those who have not submitted, but we'd like to get those incorporated. Just as a reminder, we're using the latest Kaiser Permanente tool to do that. We talked years ago that because SIMP was up in the air, and that's the State Comprehensive Emergency Management Program tool that's out there. Some folks still didn't have access to it, a myriad of issues. We moved away from doing it in SIMP because of those reasons, and we just used the Kaiser Permanente tool to compile that information using the risk probability index that they have, and that's what's posted inside the EOP, I think in section 2 or 3. So it just kind of gives a good overview of everyone's HVA when it's consolidated together. So we want to, I know Sean and I and me and Lee, we were all working on it last week just to consolidate the numbers. And it doesn't take us long to consolidate it, but we do need the remainder of the data. So when we send you guys an email, for those who did not submit, I would ask that we getting a crazy call. Sorry. I'm sorry, I just had to delete a call, just was receiving. So when we do ask you to forward that information, please knock it out. We will incorporate that in the plan, in the final plan. We'll probably put all these remaining changes in over the next 2-3 weeks. And the plans will be posted. So you'll have a new area to go download the latest and greatest with the 2024 date on those. The eMpower data, the Empower data will be updated. So we did take a look at that again this year. So not any significant changes. I believe those, Belleville, East St. Louis, some places in Madison County as well, were probably the highest number of folks that were electrically dependent or had medically dependent devices. But what we're doing is we've done it in the past. We just never provided it as a tool, but we'll put this in a tool that you guys can use yourself in a dashboard, an Excel dashboard, and you can look at that data on your own. So if you want to look in your specific zip code and see exactly, and they have expanded the data now. So it's not just CMS data with regard to folks who are electrically dependent with durable medical equipment at their homes, but it goes over oxygen, dependencies, and they break it down, dialysis, a whole bunch of different markers there. So that dashboard will be able to help you kind of even refine or look into your specific community and see exactly what folks are at risk. So we'll provide that. And then we'll provide maybe like a little hour how-to session. What we talked about here in the office in an effort to, one, maintain more contact with folks and provide information and opportunity, folks. We're going to start hosting, we call them probably lunch and learns here. I don't know if you guys call them that at your organization. Some people call them office hours. I think that's the terminology we're going to go to. But there'll be times where we're just going to set up where there'll be a call, Teams meeting, where you can jump in on a small specific topic, i.e. the Empower data or the social vulnerability index data that we have in here updated. Notice that will still have the 2019, I think, data in it, but there was 2022 data that's out there, and we'll put those in the new plan. But those office hour sessions or what have you will be there for you as a opportunity to either learn how to use a new tool, ask questions, get assistance with specific things. So if you have ideas for those, please shoot them over. So doing a lot of talking to tell you. Not a ton has been updated here, but some stuff, again, fairly routine, but updated nonetheless for 2024. So what I would do is I'd just like to pause right now. We do have what we would consider a quorum in our governance documents, to ask if anyone had any additional changes that they noted or did not have an opportunity to say or bring forward. Again, you can always bring them forward. We always have a list of changes in the document, so they're all living documents. So as they change, we'll post them. But if you don't see any reason why as we should not vote today on those plans and move forward with them, speak now, forever hold your peace. And then if no one wants to speak, somebody could make a motion to vote and pass the documents as written with the aforementioned changes. Hearing no objections, would anyone like to make a motion to vote?
Got a question. Are you gonna put in alertus on EMPI this year? I want to try.
Hey, Eric.
Tell them I could hear somebody.
Eric, were you making a question, or is that, I'm going to mute you real quick. I didn't know if you were making a statement or question, or you were talking in the background. John, what'd you say? It's okay, Eric.
I thought I could hear somebody maybe making that motion, and if not, John will make that motion to accept the standings as they are with the additional updates to be done.
Thank you, John. John made a motion. Would anybody like to second that motion?
Phil, I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Helen. Having a motion to vote on and a second, I will not ask for all the ayes. I will ask for the nays. If the nays could speak up, we'll do this by kind of exception. Anyone opposed? Hearing no opposition, the plans are passed as written. Again, if at all we need to make changes, these are living documents. They will be changed in time and when the opportunity arises or when we see a need or issue to change. So thank you for all the assistance in just getting this done. All right. So IDPH. Well, I'm just going to speak really quickly on behalf of IDPH. And the one thing I will just tell you is it's same song. So second verse, same as the first. The grant has not moved. I did get a message from Teresa Tolar yesterday, yesterday, because I asked specifically again, just to be sure that I didn't miss anything. But our grant has not made it past, I can't remember which office, but she's anticipating, let's see, is it next week? I'm just going to double check just to be sure. Yeah, any updates? She says she's submitting it to eGram staff tomorrow for the grant to go live. Hopefully they'll get it done by Friday. So then that means for us, I would, and the grants management office here would get a notification on Monday or Tuesday that we can go in and work on that. And it's a ton of work. We'll have 30 days to get it done. So hopefully we'll be able to knock it out without issue. So. But other than that, I don't have any specific IDPH announcements unless someone from around the coalition had anything or any questions that I could elevate. I do have a meeting with IDPH later this week. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the health departments. Not sure if Beth was able to join late. Beth, are you on or not? Let's look. I'm taking a look in the chat. I do not see Beth Busman unless she called in on the phone. None. Okay. So I will pause for the health departments and ask if they have anything that they would like to discuss or make an announcement to. No announcements from health departments? Okay. We'll go over to STARS and the coalition. So Rachel?
Morning, everybody. In terms of STARS updates, we are having our Thyra SPR workshop on next week, Thursday, the 12th. If you have not yet registered for that or have any questions about that, there should be information going out soon for those who have registered. Saroja has prepared a pre-workshop PowerPoint and voice recording that everyone can listen to kind of prep and get everyone in the same mindsets. As a reminder, the Thyra is for the UASI region. It helps us to determine our greatest needs and wants for the region. And if you want to submit any projects, they have to be able to be tied back to the Thyra. So it's a very important process to go through in order to receive the best kind of funding. I think healthcare had the largest number of representatives signed up, so go us. We should have a successful meeting from that vantage point regardless, but I'm excited to hear what everyone can come up with next week. Additionally, we are working on some other contracts for our UASI funding, most eminently. So the soonest ones coming up for that are a mass fatality exercise and training series that will accumulate in a full-scale exercise next year. So if anyone on the call has any individuals who may be interested in assisting with planning some of those exercises and or wants to be involved in that series, please let us know. It will be obviously primarily mass fatality focused, but I think everyone on this call has some stake in that game. Looking for like coroners' offices to participate or other people from the region who might be interested. Feel free to shoot us their name or give them our contact information. Additionally, we will have a healthcare emergency management academy going out for bid. This will be more specific to this group, but looking to develop a EM training program specifically for our healthcare folks who aren't in the EM role in their hospital, but who want to be able to support that and learn more about the role overall. And lastly, in terms of our healthcare related applicable UASI projects, we will have a access and functional needs project. I'm working on finishing up the scope of that so it could be put out for bid from contractors. We'll actually graciously have until 2026 to complete that work, but just in the back of our heads, kind of keeping that relevant. And if there's any resources or applicable learning opportunities up until the point we start that, I'm trying to do a crash course in all things access and functional needs. So I would personally greatly appreciate it. And please let us know if we should share it out with the region as a whole. I believe I saw my coworker Brian on. Brian, did I miss any STARS related updates that you'd like to comment on?
No, you got everything I can think of. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Phil.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Anything from Healthcare Coalition perspective? And a quick question before then, do you want me just to combine these slides? Just as a note.
I like having the breather in between. No, yes, it's fine. Whatever works best for you.
Okay.
I did share this meeting invite just for notes with our chair and vice chair of the Healthcare Coalition. So hopefully you guys will get to listen to someone else speak besides me one day. But for now, it's just me. No, at this time, I believe that I've covered the coalition updates. I believe I saw on your slides that there's an event list later, but if I could just speak to the summit really fast, that would be the only major coalition update. If you were previously on our Healthcare Coalition mailing list, you should have received this morning an invite to our HCC summit. It's going to be November 7th, all day at St. Louis University's SSM Hospital. So right downtown, an easy jaunt over for you Illinois friends. I will put the link in the chat when I'm done chatting now, but if anyone would like to join us, we would be welcome with you with open arms. It should be a great day. It'll be an 8 to 8:30 a.m. start until 4 sessions throughout the day, lunch included. And I think it'll be a really great learning and networking time. So we hope to see you there, and I will put that link in the chat. So thank you guys, and thanks, Phil.
No problem. Thank you, Rachel. All right, over to Remart. Mike?
We're just coming off a bunch of large events. We've done a couple large, we did the NASCAR event, the IndyCar event, which kept us quite busy. We had a lot of help from coalition partners. We had Anderson helping us, or not Anderson, sorry. St. Elizabeth helped us. Gateway sent staff out to help. One of our new non-transports, the Greater St. Louis Boy Scout Council, sent some of their EMTs out to help in the field hospital. So we had lots of hands, a lot of good lessons learned from different stuff. We got to use the new tent that we got in at IndyCar. We still have a lot of events coming up. We have Songs for Soldiers that we're helping Columbia with, the marathon, and a couple other events that we're going to be helping the Boy Scouts out with since they came and helped us out. But yeah, we're staying busy and trying to refine our training program for next year and better define our training. We're actually starting to get some new interest. We've got the first pre-hospital PA in the state of Illinois that has joined Remart to work with us. And it sounds like we are going to have the second one in the state of Illinois joining our team also. So lots of people looking at the team and liking what they see, what we're doing and wanting to participate and help out with it. So.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. And the interest, it doesn't go unnoticed, and we're thankful for that. But that comes from a lot of the hard work and continued dedication to the officers on Remart. So appreciate you, Mike, and the team, Lee, everybody that's probably on the call that participates with Remart. It's a lot of work. Don't think that it doesn't go that it goes under the radar, because a lot of people see what Remart's capabilities are, and I'm just super proud of what you guys do day in and day out. I mean, we got one of the most organized teams across the state, and it's recognized as such. So thank you. And if anybody is always a plug, if you'd like to help out with Remart, if you got skills, it doesn't always have to be nursing skills, as Napoleon Dynamite would say, nunchuck skills. It could be anything, whatever skills you got. You want to bring to the table, I'm sure we could find a spot for you. All right. We don't have to do that. Look at that. Wow. Bam, bam, bam. Through a lot of stuff. Upcoming events. Look at all this stuff we got on the course. Man, look at how many decon courses we got out there. Decon course out of Breeze on the 13th. So our office hours, HVA, there will be something going out today if we haven't already sent it out, but for next Wednesday to kind of discuss the HVA and the tool itself. So just a kind of hour sit down, ask questions, because I know we have some new folks that are in the position. And to what Rachel was talking about earlier, trying to put people in an academy or get folks spun up with what we do on the healthcare side with regard to emergency management. We'll help walk you through how to use the HVA tool and other things that you probably should be thinking about when doing your HVA, not just plugging in the numbers. So that's going on next week. Then decon course out in Jersey on the 20th. Final HVA submission for review. So that way, if we have any additional ones, is on the 25th. So please make sure you've got all of your HVA documentation to us. And again, that's the latest as a Permanente tool, and just email that to our info@swillhope.org box, and we'll take care of it. That and that way it gets to everyone. So don't just mail it to Phil or Lee or Sean. Please mail it to info@swillhope. The Belleville Marathon coming up on the 28th. That's always a great event. Remert will be out there. And if you want to just see what that's like, or you want to just cheer folks on, come on out. They'll start, I think, correct me, what's the race start time? Is it 7, Lee? I can't remember the actual start time off the top of my head.
Start time is 0700. Yep.
Good. 07. And we clear people off the road no later than 1400, I believe, on those days. So it's not a real long day, but it's always fun to be out there and see folks giving it their all out here. Your locals trying to make sure that they can cross that finish line. Next coalition meetings on we got another decon course October 21st. These are a little out of order. Sorry. Out at Fayette. I should have probably yanked that one out of there, but below that, the coalition meeting on the 2nd, you'll see that hat with the line through it. The coalition assessment tool, that's going away. Most of you folks don't deal with it. The executive committee does see the products of the coalition assessment tool, but that's going away this year. So IDPH, and this is probably one of the sticking points of why we have not received the full scope of work, is because they had not fully defined what they're doing in lieu of not having the coalition assessment tool. And that's where we upload all of our plans. We complete like capabilities assessment stuff, kind of keeps us on track with all of the HPP capabilities, missions, goals, tasks, all that type of stuff. It's all built that way. And I really just honestly think they weren't able to convert over the old capabilities to the new capabilities and how they're doing things. So they scrapped the tool, kind of left us in limbo. So that was supposed to be one of the focus areas. We're going to discuss that next in the month of October. At least that's how we have it on our schedule. We will not be doing that because we don't have that tool anymore. But the secondary focus area there was D4H and EM resource. So I'm sure either Lee or Sean will be given an overview of things that we want to make sure everyone's doing, and provide an opportunity for folks to see it and ask questions if they need to do anything. So we will talk about that next month. The Weathering the Storm conference down in Spark Coalition down in Marion, October 16th. So I know that's in Member Planet now, and it's just a link to sign up for those who want to attend there. Last year we presented on our decon program, was well received there as they tried to expand their decon program down in Spark. So always a high class event. When Mike Maddox was down there, and now Arian is down there or over there, he's done great work. Their team continues to do great work. So if you can, visit. St. Joseph Highland, we do have another decon course on the 17th. There's a first responders and human trafficking course on October 25th out here at O'Fallon Fire and Rescue. And that's being put on by Hooli. I dropped the flyer.
That is Aerovac.
So Aerovac is sponsoring that. So that's going on. So, and are we putting out a link in Member Planet,
Yes.
or are we just going to?
There will be an email hopefully going out from Member Planet shortly after the meeting.
Awesome. And I will, when I send out the notes to this, I will include the flyer for that. And you can see there, the St. Louis Healthcare Coalition Summit, November 7th, out at SLU. The FY26 project submissions still open till November 15th. We continue to receive multiples of those. So good on you guys for knocking that out. And again, still targeting spring 2025 for the Mercy. And I know Rachel's on now. We're talking about some updated or meetings to start to talk about this and how we're going to start planning for the medical response surge exercise. One of the things that I would point out from the Illinois side, and we can talk about this definitely in the planning meetings, is that our timeline that the state is going to ask for, they're going to ask to have everything completed by April. So they have enough time because they have to review our after action and everything from that prior to their submission to the state. And I'm not sure how Missouri is doing it, but that's going to be one of our stipulations. So I think we're probably gonna have to target a February-ish date. So if you can just keep that in your back of your mind, and then when we start talking the planning, but that's probably where we're going to have to land in order to make sure we can get everything submitted to the state by April. So, boom. Okay. And I don't think that's it there. So I will pause here to open the floor for anyone for any questions, concerns from around the region. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks, Phil. This is Nick with St. Charles County Public Health. Just another event to add to your list. If anybody's interested, over here in St. Charles, we are on the 26th of this month holding what we're calling the Ready and Able Summit. It's geared towards access and functional needs planning. So speakers from various agencies that serve people with different needs are going to speak in the morning about some of the needs, some of the focus areas, priorities for individuals that they serve, and just to get a little better insight from the experts themselves. And then in the afternoon, we're going to do a short discussion-based exercise to run through a weather scenario, again, with that focus on how we communicate and plan for folks with needs all across that spectrum. So I will drop the link in the chat there as well. It's open to pretty much anybody around the region, and I think we've still got plenty of room. So that'll be from roughly about 9 to 3 p.m. September 26th, lunch included. So if anyone's interested, come and join us.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. John, see your hand.
Yes, Phil, this is kind of for you and Lee, or probably more or less Lee. I've been hit up with the question of, you guys are doing a lot of these decon classes with your hospitals. Can we get, or is there a way that we can start maybe opening that up to EMS providers so they just have the understanding of what should be taking place? I mean, what, from your EMT up to your paramedic, I mean, the most training that they receive, with them getting their certifications or their paramedic or EMT is a hazmat awareness. So they really don't get taught a whole lot about decon procedures, other than what they go through with our orientation, which is very brief, about gross decon. But I was just curious if there's a way that when you're in certain areas or across all the areas, is that if we could get a couple of seats for EMS, start participating in, just so we have the knowledge in our folks. Again, you get so many new people that are coming in and out, just to have that basic knowledge of what should be happening, what's expected. On our side, as far as coming in, hot, being considered a hot patient, maybe just a quick gross decon on scene, but what we should expect when we arrive at hospital. Any thought process into that at all?
I'll allow Lee to just kind of fill in all the blanks, but I'll tackle that. One, yes, of course, we'd love to have them be a part of it. And as you know, it is a first receivers course, so it's less first responder and gross decon kind of. So it is a form of technical decon. And yes, we would love to have them be a part of the process. We always have room. I'll be honest, we always have room, and we could always use a hand. So if they want to even audit the course, just sit in it and, maybe not take the course, there's only an evaluation. There isn't a come get a proctored test, et cetera. We do our full evaluation there. Yeah, we've always got room. We can always take them. There are some classes that are packed, and we do want to make sure that the primary or the target audience is taken care of, which are hospitals, because it's focused around there. But we could always use them, and they could be a valuable resource at any given point in time if we do have one of those major surges. So I don't see any issue with them being or with them attending any of the courses. There are plenty of courses that we have, and there's maybe only 6 to 8 people maximum in there. We have been lucky, and I'm thankful that most of our classes as of late, and some we have on the schedule coming up, are pretty full, but we can definitely get them there. I just don't know how deep we want that bench to go, but definitely would love to get them exposed to and participate with, just to have that full understanding, and then potentially be a resource that we could access during a crisis. Lee, any thoughts or anything there?
No, I agree. I mean, I like you alluded to, a lot of those courses are fairly low census. And truth be told, having 10 people in a class is way better than 6. Actually, for a travel course, just for everyone's knowledge, minimum 10. If you don't have 10, at least 7 days prior to the course, there's a high probability we'd cancel it, just because of the lift involved in moving people and things out there. So yeah, if we can bring courses up to that, that's great. We welcome the community partners. I mean, I've had EMA folks come out and do training with us, especially out towards like Vandalia and Fayette County. That type of thing is there. One other thing I'll throw out, John, I presented this sort of during the EMS meeting right before this, is we have been in communication with our good friends there at BJH, that are the Ebola Assessment and Treatment Center for the St. Louis side, about doing a EMS-centric course for EID transport, since per the state plan, we've got to send our people pretty much across the state, making sure they're all comfortable with that travel transport concept. If that is something that we all think is worthwhile, I am happy to initiate that process. Sean and I can reach out to our folks with the EID team and start putting together something. They do a training for Abbott on the Missouri side. So we could definitely do something that covers what our Illinois requirements would be. On that same note, I've also asked about putting together some EID training for the hospitals. If that is something for our hospital partners that are on the call that you think would benefit your facility, the folks at BJH have expressed a willingness to do that. They can put together basic donning and doffing and things that you would basically have to do while you're figuring out how and where your patient's going to go should you have somebody with one of these emerging diseases present. And let's face it, we're seeing more and more of this stuff popping up around the globe, so probably a good time to start looking forward. What I would ask is, if there is interest, especially on the hospital side of it, just shoot myself or Sean an email, and we will start putting together a list of who's there, and see what we can do to try to get something going. I mean, it definitely would be a few months out, because it's not going to be a rapid turn. We have to develop this from the ground up. For the EMS side, John, if you and the other EMS folks could, again, give me a consensus to tell me if it's worth us, spending the time and energy, that would be great.
Thank you, Lee. Yes, I would definitely say from MedStar side that we would definitely be interested, but we will reach out to the other EMS agencies, because I do believe it would be a great opportunity for us just to sharpen our skills.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Anyone else? Any announcements, questions, concerns? Once, twice, thrice. All right, that's 6 Mississippis. Okay. Well, with that, hearing none, what I'm going to do, I am going to stop the recording here. And